We do football events all around the world, and we get players from ages of 7 and 8 all the way through to 21, 22 years of age. And it amazes me how many players tell us stories about paying people 5, 10, 15, $20,000 to go on trials to the UK or Europe. And guess what? Surprise, surprise, they don't make it. They don't get a contract. And then they go home and then they speak with the mum and dad and the family members. And then everyone believes the same lie that everyone tells you, that less than 1% of people make it as a pro. That's slightly true, but it's not fully true. Do you know there's 130,000 male football players on the planet currently playing professional football? And there is currently just over 75,000 female players playing professional football. One of the things I want to challenge you with, whether you're going through a journey at the moment, you're currently with an agent, you're currently working with someone who's promising to get your trials into the UK and Europe, people do this back to front, and this is one of the things that really bugs me. I'll see families who will spend money with so-called agents and intermediaries, of which 99% of the time they've got no background in the game of football. A lot of the time they might have come in as an intermediary or as an ex-lawyer. Again, no background in football. I looked at this about 10 years ago and I thought, if you're going to represent a player and you're going to offer an opportunity to a player, why wouldn't you get some basic stats, some basic data, do a match analysis, get some GPS data, do a DNA test, check that the nutrition's on point, actually give them some feedback on the game, and actually get them and benchmark them so they're there and get them above the playing group where they're going to go and trial with. And that's how I created the professional player pathway. I just looked at it as a completely flawed system. So there's no wonder why when we go around the world and we offer what we offer, we get a lot of negative comments saying this isn't real, this is a scam. And that's because, not because our product is a scam or it's not real, it's because of two reasons. Everyone has experienced all the rubbish that's been going around for years, where people will just take people's money, send them overseas to some sort of trial or opportunity, and full well knowing it's not going to go anywhere. I don't know why anyone would do this, because the person who sets up the trials, those clubs in the UK and Europe, are never going to deal with them again. And I know this for a fact because I worked in some of the top leagues in Europe, in the Premier League, in Ligue 1 in France for over 15 years as a top level coach. Okay. Also, the other big thing is as well, why would you allow your son or daughter or you as a player to go anywhere on any sort of trial without actually preparing properly? You're going to fail at anything in life if you do not prepare. You know the old saying about failing to prepare, prepare to fail. It's true. It is quite simple. So what happens if you come along and meet with us at one of our events, or you reach out to us and you want me to work with you not only as a football agent, but also as a football coach? The beauty about this program is that not only have you got one of the highest qualified football coaches in your corner, but I'm also a UEFA player agent and a UEFA ambassador. I am not going to send you on any opportunity anywhere until I've got some data, some stats, and I can compare you like for like versus players in the UK or in Europe before I send you on any sort of trials. There's many, many reasons why this is so important. So the challenge I've got for you is, and I'm not even interested, guys, if you don't want to come and work with me, that's fine. You work with whoever you want to work with, but I'm going to give you a free piece of advice. And no one in the football world will ever give you this. When you get an opportunity to go overseas with anyone, whether they charge you or they don't charge you, you need to sit down and ask them, how are they going to prepare you? What training program are they going to give you? How are they going to give you benchmarks against players in that country or against that club that you're going to trial against, so you can ensure that you're going to be better than them? Because I'll tell you now, whether you've got a British or a European passport or not, and you're the best player for that age group, if you don't stick out like a sore thumb, those clubs are not going to look at you. So ask those questions when you've got these people. I see them all over the internet. Oh, we've got trials coming up and we've got a connection with Leganas in Spain and CFFFDZY Madrid. Guys, seriously, go along and trial, let these people select you, and then when they select you, ask them to showcase to you how they are going to prepare you for your future in football and for your trial. And I'll guarantee the reply you're going to get back will be zero, or they'll basically say, well, we've already identified you, you're very talented, just keep doing what you're doing and go and give it a good shot. Guys, if you're going to want to pour 10, 20, $30,000 down the drain, go and do that. But if you want to be with the best, someone who's developed players in the Premier League, worked on football's biggest project called the EPPP, where we spent £1.93 billion to date to develop the biggest superstars on the planet. Oh, and also, I'm a football agent and an ambassador. And also, I'm the only agent on the planet who doesn't actually charge a percentage. That's right. Yeah, there is money involved at the beginning, and yeah, there is a charge for my services, but I only charge you for what you need to be developed into that superstar. And then once you're that superstar, I'll then hand you over to some of the super agents of the planet, and you can enjoy your journey as a professional football player. So if you want to keep going down a journey with no guarantees and working with people who've got no tread in the game, they've never coached at the highest level, they've never developed superstars, they wouldn't even know a tactic if they fell over it, okay? And they're not giving you any sort of indication of how they're going to prepare you, what they're going to do with you before they send you on a trial, and you're not convinced by it. I'd even happily, guys, speak to you, okay, for about any opportunities you've got, and I'll walk you through and I'll give you my personal opinion whether I think it's a real opportunity or not. And again, the proof's in the pudding. Have a look at how they're preparing you for the opportunity. And if they brush it off with the old, we've spotted you, you're talented, just keep doing what you're doing, it's the biggest load of nonsense ever. If people are offering finally to finish on, to take you to a particular club, or we've got a partnership with Leganes in Spain or CFF Madrid or all these other academies, they're good, okay? But what I do is a little bit different. I get you on our system, we get your metrics, we get your stats, we get your data. Based on that data, I would say to you, you are now ready potentially to go to maybe one of those paid academies in Spain or England, if that's what you're looking for. And is that in the interest of you, the player? Is that going to benefit you rather than staying in places like maybe Australia or the USA or Canada? Yeah, I would say so. But again, it's a financial thing if you go down that route with private academies. But what I do is as well, if I've got a player who's super developed and super talented, with all respect, I'm not sending them to a paid academy. I'm trying to open up an opportunity for them where they're going to go and sign a pro contract at a professional youth level academy or with a pro team. And obviously there's no money involved, but everyone, you've got to remember, are at different parts in the journey. We have lots of dealings with private academies. We've got them in Spain, in England, FCV in East Midlands, Stephen Gerrard's academy in Liverpool. We work with all the top pro clubs all the way throughout Europe, as far up as teams like Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal, Madrid, Barcelona. But again, we don't promise to get you to those clubs, guys, until we've got you through our program and we've got your stats and we've got your data. And guess who has to do 99.9% of the work? It's you as the player, it's you as the family. But we can give you the pathway to making it as a professional. Guys, if you want to find out more information, all you need to do is hit the link below and I'll look forward to answering some of your questions. And I hope that helped you in making your decisions before you jump in with definitely some of these scams all around the planet around football. Actually ask them, what are they going to do to prepare you for the trial? So if the date's the 1st of January 2026 and we're currently in May 2025, what are they going to do with you to develop you to ensure that you are going to absolutely kick that front door in when you go for your trial? And if they brush it off with some sort of poor excuse or trying to brush your ego and tell you you're good enough now, guys, you need to be looking for someone else.